In this video, we're going to discuss the newsletter component that is now implemented on the website. We're going to go through all these topics listed down here. We're going to see how we access the newsletter control panel. We're going to have a look at the FOCA email control panel. This component is a component from FOCA. And then we're going to look in a bit more detail about the only three options that we're going to use for the newsletter component. We need subscribers, we need newsletters, and we have to have a way to send the newsletter. So without any further ado, let's have a look at it. Now, first thing is, if you go to your website, and in this case, I'm going to use this website for this video, and you can see that's the website name. So if we go into this website, this is the website, and you can see that there is a way to log in, and this is generally referred to as the front end of the website. But what we are interested in is not the front end. We want to go into the back end or the administration end of the website. To get there, behind the website name, you type in administrator, and there you can see it is, I've done it before, so Google tells me, Chrome tells me that I can click on that. You will be presented with a new login screen where you need to type in your username, and for my purpose, that's my username, and your password, like normal, like you would in the front end. You also have to do this in the back end. And then click on login, which will take you into the back end of the website. Now, in the back end looks quite different. You don't see anything that you normally would see on the website, because you are now into the administration interface of the website. But on the top there, you will see that you've got a few buttons that you can work with. The first thing that you get when you log in there is you go into the website control panel. Now, this is all to do with the control panel for the website. There's a few things that you can look at. What we are interested in is the components tab. If we click on that, we go into FOCA email and we go into control panel. This is what we are then presented with. And as you can see, you've got the little menu on the side, which is sort of repeated there in thumbnail buttons. But the only thing that we are going to talk about is subscribers, newsletters, and how to send a newsletter. We're going to ignore the send email, and we're going to ignore mailing lists. You only need mailing lists if you have different subscriber lists. But for the purpose of this, we only have one newsletter, and that one newsletter will be sent to all subscribers. So we don't have to split our subscribers into different lists. So first thing, let's have a look at our subscribers. If you click on the subscribers button, or you could click on the menu item, it'll take you into the list of subscribers you have. Now, at the moment, there's only one subscriber, and that is me. And the only information that is gathered from a subscriber is his name and his email address. The rest of the information is very self-explanatory. It is just dates of when it was the subscriber signed up, when he activated, and when he unsubscribed, if he unsubscribed before. I did. because I tested the system. That's why there's a date in there, but I again subscribed afterward. As you can see, I unsubscribed that day on that time, and I resubscribed 3 minutes later. This was just to test the system. Either way, the list of all your subscribers will be displayed. You can, of course, control your subscribers from here. You can click on the subscriber name, which will open that window. And you can change his active status to not active if you want, or unsubscribed, or whatever. Although subscribers are able to unsubscribe themselves, so there's no real need to go into a subscriber and change his details unless he asks you to. Right, so next point is we need newsletters. So if we click on that menu item to go to the newsletters, you will see that there's one demo newsletter already, which came when I implemented this system. So if we click on the newsletter, we go into the editing, as you can see there, we go into the editor for that newsletter, and we can change this newsletter if we want to. But as you can see, this newsletter is made in a certain format, and it uses what we call variables. These are the different variables that can be used. What we are going to use is we're going to use that variable name. We're going to use that variable email. We will be using that variable unsubscribe link. We are not going to use any one of these other variables, but you could if you know what you're doing. So you can certainly test it for yourself and see what they are doing. As you can see, you can insert links into your newsletter, and that is what we're going to do. We're also going to use that button to insert some article or links to articles that's on the website for us. So let us create a new newsletter, because I don't want to save or change anything in this demo newsletter. I'm just simply going to click on close, which will do nothing but just close it down. To create a new newsletter, you must click on the new button. You click on new, and we are presented with a blank canvas that we can work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this newsletter a name. We will call it Club Newsletter. And we're going to give it a date, let's say February 2019. Now, what will be the subject? We can use a subject saying, we'll just use the same news February 2019. That will be the subject, Club Newsletter for, and that's the subject that will appear in the email. Now, you will notice that there are certain fields that must be filled in, denoted by the asterisks there, must be filled in. We can use an article link, but we're not going to put an article link in. If you put an article link, then only that one article will be put into the newsletter. So we're not going to do that. We're not using that. We're also going to ignore the token field, but you can see there is a token in there. Don't change it. If you change it, you may just break the newsletter and it won't work. Then you have a field where you can choose a mailing list, but if I click on the field, you will see that there are no mailing lists. I didn't create any mailing lists. There is no need. The whole list of subscribers will receive this newsletter. And then there's other things about ordering. We're going to ignore that. It's not too important. And then you are presented with the blank canvas for the newsletter where you can type all of your newsletter in and that you want to send to the people. Now, I'm not going to type a lot of things. What I have done is I have created something before, which I'm just going to copy in. As you can see, it is that. I'm just going to copy that in. So I press Control C. I now press Control V, and I copy that information into my newsletter. Now, if you read through the text that I've written in here, you will see that the first part of the newsletter is all about why the subscriber is receiving the newsletter. You know, it seems to be fashionable thing to do to tell people you are receiving this newsletter because you have subscribed to our newsletter with that email address. And this is where I use the first variable. So the email address should appear instead of that variable. And then I also tell him that if he's not happy with us, he can unsubscribe. So there will be a link there to unsubscribe. Or if he wants to talk to us and send us some information, he can go to the website and send it from the Contact Us page, or we will give him a link there. And then I say, dear name, that variable will be replaced by the name of the subscriber. In my case, it will be Casper Dupria. But every subscriber's name will be customized to his name when he receives the newsletter. And that's why we use a variable. And then I am just using some text, and there I will put in 2 links to articles, and then I will just sign off the newsletter. So very simple newsletter. I'm going to replace that text with a link. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on link, and in this window you get link type as a URL. The protocol is other. I will leave that alone, and all I will do in there, we will insert that information, the unsubscribe link, and we'll have to put that into the curly brackets. There's the opening curly bracket and then unsubscribe link, and I close it with a closing curly bracket, and then I click OK, and you will see that that has now been changed into a link. And I can also do the same with that. So I will click on my link there, and the link type will still be a URL. The protocol, though, will be HTTP. If the website is HTTPS, that needs to be put in as HTTPS, but I'm going to go for HTTP. But I need to find the link, so I'm going to cancel this first so that we can go in there. Let me open another link with the website. If you click there, you will go to the front end. You will open another tab with the front end of the website. Now we want to go to the Contact Us page, and you will notice that there we are presented with the link for the Contact Us page. So I'm just going to put that on my clipboard by clicking on Control C, or you could also click on copy there, Control C. You can click on copy, that puts it on the clipboard. So if we go back here and we click on the link down and we change that, and as you can see there, it is HTTP, it's not HTTPS. So I'm going to click on HTTP, and I'm going to right click my mouse button and paste this plain text. Right, so next let us insert there links to the article. I'm just going to take to write a little bit of text to saying this is a very interesting article. And at that point, I will put in the article link. So I click on there, and when you click on article, this window will then present you with all the articles on your website, and you can choose which one you want to list there. So I'm just going to go there and use that. And you can see testing the content notification thingy. That is the name of the article. Now let's do the second one. And another article. Of course, instead of that simple text that I'm using there, you can give a hint of what the article is about before you link to it. So I'm just going to link to another one. I'll just put that one in there. I can put in a space. And of course, you can do more articles if you want, hence the etc. And if that is the complete newsletter, then all we have to do is we have to save and close it. And now we have an article. If we click on that name again, it will open the article and show us the article. So if you want to make further changes to article, that is exactly what you want to do. We're not going to make any changes, so I'll just click on close to close the newsletter. Right, so the only other thing left to do is now to click on send newsletter from the menu item, and we are going to send a newsletter to our subscribers. So if I click on the select an option, all the newsletters that you have there will be listed in this list. All you have to do is you have to click which one you want to send. This is the new one we just created. And if I click on send, the newsletter will be sent to your subscribers. And you can see sending email, please wait, 1 of 1. There's only one subscriber. It lists the subscribers and it tells you whether the newsletter was sent successfully to that subscriber, and it will list all your subscribers down this list. I'm quite sure of it. And once it is sent to all your subscribers, then you will get the message sending of emails are now finished. And that's it. So what we can do is let us just test and see if the newsletter was received. You can see the email address that I used is my Yahoo email address. And there you can see that the newsletter just came in that I received. And if I click on that now, we can quickly have a look and see what it looks like. So there you can see the newsletter. It comes from whatever the website name that you send it from and who it was sent to. So this was sent to me, and there, as you can see, we get all those information. And do you remember that email in the curly brackets has now translated into the email address there. You can also see that I've now got a link to unsubscribe. I also have a link to take me to the email address, and we will test all that. I also had a link that will take me to the content or to that article in the on the website, and another, and that's it. If I click on that link, it will then open for me the website, the article that shows me how to embed a YouTube video. If I close that and I click on the other link, let's see what that happens. It again opens the website for me, and it takes me to the other article. Right, closing that. If I click on that link, I expect that I should be taken to the website and to the contact us page. Let's have a look. And as you can see, it's taken me to the Contact Us page. Right, the only other thing that we need to have a look at is, let's see if that works. If I click on that link, I should unsubscribe myself. So if I click on the link, it takes me to the website and it says the subscription is cancelled. Let's have a look and see if that actually happened. So if I go back into the subscribers list, you will find that I'm now unsubscribed. So that really concludes the whole newsletter component, everything that we needed to know to be able to successfully send newsletters out. Thank you for watching.